Before his arrest, the infamous music producer Sean "Diddy" Combs was known for hosting an annual 4th of July party in the Hamptons, where famous guests would wear all-white attire. However, this event was far from family-friendly. A typical courtroom session turned chaotic when Diddy's lead attorney suddenly walked out of the courtroom after recordings of Aaron Carter were leaked. This unexpected departure became a turning point in the high-stakes legal battle, and the previously unreleased recordings could completely alter the course of the dispute. Everyone in the courtroom, from the prosecutors to the audience, was taken aback by the sudden exit. The courtroom was like a pressure cooker ready to explode, and it truly did when the prosecutor played shocking recordings related to Aaron Carter. You could almost feel the tension in the air, so thick it could be cut with a knife. Even Diddy's attorney, usually composed in tense situations, couldn't maintain his calm. This was no ordinary moment, as a high-profile attorney walked out of the courtroom, leaving judges, reporters, and spectators stunned. What in these recordings could have caused an attorney, known for handling high-profile cases, to lose control? The recording caused one of Diddy's top lawyers to storm out of the courtroom, leaving everyone in shock. All eyes were on Diddy's legal team in the chaotic scene. So what exactly was in this recording that triggered such a strong reaction? It likely relates to a key piece of evidence presented by the prosecution. They revealed that they had seized a document during a recent search at the prison. These documents were not ordinary papers. They consisted of 17 handwritten pages, including notes that Diddy's team claims are protected by attorney-client privilege. These notes contained defense strategies, information about potential witnesses, and even personal details like phone numbers and inspirational quotes. It was as if someone had invaded the most private parts of the case and made them public. Diddy's lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, could not accept this. He argued that it was a blatant violation of Diddy's constitutional rights. He was not just upset, but furious. And if that wasn't dramatic enough, the prosecutors didn't stop there. They continued to present shocking allegations, claiming that Diddy had attempted to interfere with witnesses from inside jail. They accused him of making three-way calls using other inmates' phone privileges, almost like a covert operation. They said Diddy did everything in his power to contact potential witnesses, relentlessly trying to influence them. When this evidence was presented, the courtroom erupted into chaos. Journalists and legal experts were stunned, unable to believe what they were witnessing. It felt like a legal thriller, where each scene escalated beyond the last. Then, Judge Aron had to step in to restore order before things spiraled out of control. He ordered the prosecutors to destroy copies of the seized notes, but the court would keep the original documents. However, the departure of the lawyer was not just a dramatic action, but one that carried real consequences. The entire bail hearing was delayed, which was a significant blow to Diddy. Suddenly, there were questions about how his communications and relationships with the outside world were being handled, all of which were now under intense scrutiny. Yet the prosecutors did not back down. They continued to assert that Diddy posed a serious threat when it came to interfering with witnesses. They didn't just make allegations, they provided evidence to support their claims. The entire situation became chaotic, and the tension was at an all-time high. This was one of those courtroom moments that will likely be remembered for years to come. Diddy's legal team is no stranger to pressure, but when Aaron Carter's tape was leaked, even they couldn't keep their composure. So, what was it about this tape that made a seasoned lawyer walk out of the courtroom? What secrets does it contain that could be so damaging to Diddy? If you think you've heard all the scandals, think again. Stay tuned, because this tape might just expose the whole truth. The investigation took an unexpected turn when authorities uncovered a shocking series of digital evidence, leading to an unanticipated exit from the courtroom. Specifically, federal investigators discovered a treasure trove of digital evidence linked to Diddy's private gatherings. And here's the most startling part. Within this collection, there were videos featuring Aron Carter. A closer look at these tapes suggests suspicious interactions between Diddy and Carter, particularly during Aron's younger years. If you recall, before his death, Aron made strange statements about the entertainment industry, often hinting that he was trying to warn people or seeking help, and he was genuinely afraid for his life. At one point, he even asked for $100,000 to move to a safe place. Think about it. How desperate must someone be to publicly request such a large sum just to feel safe? At the end of 2022, Aron Carter began posting desperate public videos with a voice clearly filled with panic. Before his death on November 5, 2022, he made urgent pleas for help, trying to capture the attention of anyone who would listen. He even attempted to reach out to Kanye West for a private conversation. This is also the time investigators began focusing on, as they meticulously examined each audio recording to ensure its authenticity and rule out any possibility of tampering. Aron Carter's death was confirmed as an accidental drowning, with the effects of alprazolam and difluoroethane contributing, as determined by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office. However, with the emergence of these tapes, the case has been reopened, and this time nothing will be overlooked. To add to the complexity, Chris Todd, who wrote the revealing book about Kim Porter, confirmed that multiple government agencies and insider sources have copies of these recordings. Therefore, this is not just a rumor, but has been verified by those who seem to have inside knowledge of the matter. These tapes are raising serious questions about the circumstances surrounding Aron Carter's death. Investigators are now combing through every small detail they might have missed before, reviewing all relationships and interactions to see if there's more to the story. As the investigation takes an unexpected and wild turn, the truth may soon be revealed, and if that happens, it could shake the entertainment industry to its very core. In a world filled with celebrity scandals, nothing could be more shocking in a courtroom than what transpired. Diddy's lawyer, who has seen it all, stormed out of the courtroom after the Aron Carter tape was leaked. What could be in that recording that made such an experienced attorney lose control and walk out in anger? Could this be the final piece of evidence that brings down Diddy's empire? Stay tuned, because the details in this tape will leave you in disbelief. One of Diddy's lawyers, Mark Agnifilo, did not hide his anger. He nearly accused the government of orchestrating a full-fledged smear campaign against his client. Agnifilo and his team criticized the leaks, claiming they were creating a wave of negative information that was damaging the trial process. If you thought things had gotten bad, the situation is actually much more serious. The defense team pointed out a series of issues regarding how the investigation was conducted. First, they raised accusations that the government acted improperly during property searches, questioning whether agents entered without clear cause. Then, there were allegations that federal agents had used excessive force in their raids. Furthermore, there were criticisms that the federal agents had actively stirred the media to tarnish Diddy's image, creating a sensational attack reminiscent of a Netflix-style documentary. The reason for this sudden shift in strategy is a series of recent events that forced Diddy's legal team to change their approach. To handle the situation, they strengthened their legal team by bringing in more experienced lawyers, showing they are not taking the matter lightly. The new strategies focus on challenging the legality of the evidence seized during the searches and highlighting potential violations of the client's privacy rights. The legal team's new strategy focuses on challenging the legality of the evidence seized during the raids and highlighting the potential violation of the client's privacy rights. If these rights were breached, it would be a serious issue. Diddy's legal team is also pushing for the complete dismissal of the charges due to constitutional rights violations. Of course, all these dramatic twists are changing the course of the case. Judge Aron has actually asked the prosecutors to prove they haven't leaked any information, which is a significant test for them. At the same time, the judge has also instructed both sides to find a way to agree on a mutual information gag order, meaning everyone must remain silent if they want to ensure the trial is fair. With all this chaos, the trial date has been set for May 5th, 2025. Mark your calendars because this is sure to be a dramatic showdown. Imagine, Diddy's case has already attracted significant public attention, right? But just when you think things couldn't get any messier, boom! The prosecutors turn up the heat by bringing in a renowned prosecutor known for handling complex and high-profile cases. If this doesn't show they're in it with full determination, I don't know what will. It feels like they've called in their star player for the final stage of a championship match. Honestly, who can blame them? Clearly, they want to ensure every angle is thoroughly examined, every risk is eliminated, and every advantage is in their hands. But wait, things are getting even hotter. The prosecutors didn't just stop at strengthening their team. They also presented extremely shocking evidence from the Metropolitan Detention Center. It turns out that while Diddy was behind bars, he still found a way to contact the outside world, and not in a way the system would approve of. He managed to obtain phone access codes from 8 other inmates and made 3-way calls to people he shouldn't have been contacting. These new pieces of evidence and continuous revelations have made the case even more complicated, and the prosecutors are clearly ramping up the pressure. The defense team's response, accusing the government of misconduct, leaking sensitive information, and deliberately tarnishing Diddy's image in the media, has only fueled the fire further. These tense legal moves from both sides are making the case more dramatic than ever. Currently, Sean Diddy Combs and his defense team are facing an incredibly intense legal battle. Recently, a shocking development in the courtroom added complexity to the case when prosecutors revealed that they had seized dozens of electronic devices from Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles. These devices contain a massive amount of information, making it difficult for Diddy's legal team to access and process. Every time they think they've found a way forward, a sudden blow appears, complicating their work even further. The lawyers are planning their next move, and believe me, it's not as simple as shouting "not guilty" from the rooftops. They are arguing that the way the government handled this evidence is somewhat suspicious and could even be considered overreach. Have you ever wondered how documents protected by attorney-client privilege could end up being seized during a search? That's exactly what they're concerned about. So, what can they do? They have several options. They could challenge how the documents were seized or question whether some of this digital evidence is valid. Imagine going through all that data and trying to determine whether everything is accurate, and if they feel there's been an infringement on the privacy of communication with the attorney. They could file a motion. They are even prepared to request emergency hearings if they believe any constitutional rights have been violated. Mark Agnifilo, one of the key attorneys on Diddy's legal team, made it clear that they are not simply denying the charges, but also presenting specific facts to undermine the prosecutor's arguments. A key point is that they claim certain witnesses have affirmed that they were not coerced or pressured in providing their testimony. If the government is trying to argue that these testimonies are the result of coercion, that will be a difficult story to convince the court. Regarding the defense team, they have assembled a strong group. Two notable names are Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro. These lawyers are regarded as master strategists in the legal field, and it's easy to see why. Rico is a prominent figure, having handled many significant cases, including federal death penalty cases, while Shapiro is renowned for her ability to tackle complex lawsuits and is a master in legal matters. However, despite this powerful team, Diddy faces a major obstacle. He is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, which has harsh conditions. This creates difficulties in building a solid legal strategy and communicating with his attorneys. The trial is not taking place immediately and has been postponed until May 5, 2025. However, despite this delay, there is still much work to be done, including hearings to review confidential documents and court dates to authenticate evidence. Additionally, up to 120 other individuals are expected to file lawsuits against Diddy, further complicating the case. Prosecutors have also accused Diddy of attempting to undermine the integrity of the case by contacting witnesses, which is why he has been denied bail 3 times. Prosecutors are concerned that he may influence witnesses, a red flag in any case. So Diddy is not only fighting to protect his freedom, but also his entire business empire. This includes Bad Boy Records, his other businesses, and all the profits related to them. Prosecutors believe that these companies may have been involved in a criminal conspiracy, and they are prepared to target every dollar Diddy owns. Even more surprising, these civil lawsuits could become an additional weapon for the prosecution. This is truly a battle on 2 fronts, and the defense team must balance both, ensuring no mistakes are made. One misstep could cause everything to collapse. All of these lawyers understand that this case is not just a battle to defend their client, but also an opportunity to showcase their professionalism and skill in the most high-pressure legal situations. Despite facing a series of serious allegations, they have thoroughly prepared to present convincing arguments to deny the accusations and seek the dismissal or reduction of any flawed charges. With a strategy focused on challenging the legality of the gathered evidence and protecting Diddy's constitutional rights, the team has taken strong legal actions to seize every opportunity. But when the tape of Aaron Carter was leaked and the tension in the courtroom reached its peak, Diddy's defense team found themselves in a state of emergency. The lawyers had to quickly adapt their strategy, fiercely rebutting the evidence presented by the prosecution while simultaneously defending their client's privacy, demanding the exclusion of any evidence that might have been unlawfully obtained. Facing immense pressure, they continued to fight to ensure a fair trial and protect Diddy's best interests. In the end, despite facing countless challenges and pressure from all sides, Diddy's defense team remained steadfast, not only fighting to protect their client's freedom, but also to safeguard the career and business empire he has built over the years. Will the defense team manage to turn the tide? Or will the prosecution find enough evidence to bring Diddy to justice? All will be decided in the courtroom, where everything can change in an instant.